Good Tuesday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV. And there's the puppies, there's the doggies doing their business. Thank goodness they're doing their business outside instead of inside on this beautiful Tuesday morning. It really is a very nice day. Definitely the time of year if you're a boater, if you're a beach person, this is the time of year you just love to go and be outdoors. It's a hot one. It's gonna be another hot, humid day. Yesterday it was just very, very hot, and it's just wow. Oh my goodness gracious, the grass just doesn't stop, everybody. And here's all the dogs being goofy. Come on, stop it. Yeah, who's up there now, right? It just doesn't end. If my neighbor is up here, it's gonna drive me nuts. I am running very late. If this kid is up the street here, I'll be like, yeah, unbelievable. No, Gypsy? Nope, all right, that's good. Come on, you guys. What are you up to, huh? Yeah, so, wow, you know, it's incredible. I haven't talked about that Texas storm. What a sad story. You know, all of us get up every day with challenges on our plate, and man almighty, I don't really even want to talk about it, to be honest with you. Devastating to think you're a parent, sent your kid off to summer camp. Wow. Wow. How do you deal with that, everybody? That's that changes your life. It changes everything, man. It's that radical. So hearts and prayers for those out in Texas. Just devastation, man. Here we are in the shop. Here is the plum crazy. Here's all the motorcycles. Appreciate everybody's concern of my well-being. Very nice of you all guys and gals. I think it's more the guys that watch my channel. Hey, come on, puppers! Treat days! Treats! That'll get them in here. Here, puppies! I don't know what they're going after. It's kind of weird. They don't usually go up that way. Come on, pups! And I don't know what's going on. Come here, pups. Come on, puppies. Come on, goobies. Come on, let's go. Get in here. Come on. So yeah, here's the. But yeah, I appreciate everybody's telling me to quit videoing. Which, I don't disagree. I wouldn't argue about everything being related to the one-armed bandit. But I'm not going to harbor on that. I just made a video last night saying, you know what? It's not really worth it. Come on, Ginger. It's upstairs, baby. Come on. You can eat later. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, the return for the effort, it just really is incredible how, as a creator of a channel, you try, you think, will this work? Will that work? And for me, I've experimented with so many different things. Come on, Rebel. Come here, boy. Rebel. I've experimented with so many different angles of my channel, which you think will work and won't work. And it is just pretty incredible on how it's incredibly challenging to figure out what will work. And I think it was pretty funny. One of my subscribers said, hey man, we just enjoy your rambling on. It's like, we got no problem you putting your camera down, and we don't see the motorcycle videos. We just like to hear you ramble on. And I thought that was pretty funny. I get a kick out of those type of comments. It's like, yeah, all right, well, let me just continue to ramble on, which is the truth. I didn't ride motorcycles for 8 months. You guys still watch my channel. So, I get all that. It's more the personality than the material thing, I think. I think my channel is still going because it's more of just who I am. I don't really think that the motorcycles and cars and trucks and SUVs really keep you guys around, because you've seen that, and that just kind of gets to be boring. Here's an interesting history of the Dodge SRT brand. And if you're a Dodge Mopar individual, the SRT stands for Street Racing Technology. So, and believe it or not, Tim Knuskis is one of the long-term guys, part of that street racing technology. He was the guy that unveiled the Dodge Hellcat back in July of 2014. But over the years, he left Stellantis, I think, over a year ago or 2 years ago. I think he just saw the direction of the EV age. He got really called out and tarnished by so many of the Ice Age people when he tried to show the Banshee electric Charger being this kick-ass car, and his followers were just really insulted that he would stoop to that level of going to the EV age over what he really was, the Ice Age. So that point is that he's now back in charge. He's president or CEO of the Ram division, but he's actually the overall North American leader of the Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Chrysler line. So he's really more of the design marketing leader of those groups. And there's a lot of speculation that he's bringing back the SRT Ice to the flavor of the Mopar community. So that is the speculation. They're kind of quiet. The speculation is a new Hellcat truck is coming to our. I wish they'd make a lowered Hellcat truck. I think that'd be so badass. I wish they would do that. Maybe they'll do it this time around. I mean, that would be just, the Ram truck, it sits way up in the air. It's cool, but come on. I guarantee you that the lowered one, the regular four-door Ram truck that you can buy, that's four-wheel drive, but just put the Hellcat motor in it and put some pretty cool looks to it. Doesn't have to be this big, bulky, badass off-road vehicle. So that would be pretty cool if they brought that back. But here's a story about, if you think about the cars that we own and the fascination of the speed, the thrill, the racing, I mean, really, where did that come from? You kind of stop to think to yourself, where did really the true beginnings of the pony car era come from? And part of me says the Corvette kind of started the two-door performance path, but you'd have to say it's the April 17th World's Fair in New York of 1964, where Ford unveiled the Ford Mustang. So Ford was the first to the door. Not really, though. Not really. Actually, the Plymouth variant, a.k.a. the Barracuda, was April 1st. So behind the scenes, the Plymouth brand was riding on the heels of the Ford Mustang, but the Ford Mustang looks so much cooler and neater than the Plymouth variant. It looks like your grandparents' car. If you know that product, you should look it up. But that's truly where kind of the Mopar brand, in my world, I believe, in 1964, started to evolve what became the Charger, what became the Cuda, well, I should say really what became the Barracuda. The variant, the Barracuda came off of that, which then turned into the Cuda. And then the Dodge Charger, the GTX. You could go through the list of the Mopar products that became the performance products going up against Ford. And once again, you think about the Ford Mustang, but then you have the Chevy Camaro. So that mid-60s era ignited the whole ICE, the whole movement of how much power can you stuff in these cars. And each year through the 60s, each manufacturer upped the horsepower, upped the flavor, upped the suspensions, upped the tires and wheels. They were competing against each other, so they were making these cars more attractive to the motorheads and the race enthusiasts. So really, the late 60s really created what today you and I have enjoyed here in the most recent years, really in the last good 10, really probably 20 years, really. In 2000, it really seems like the 500 horsepower club started to show up. If you look at the 2000 and on of how the Z06 went from like a 395 horsepower to like 405, and then you just started seeing the whole car industry by 2005, 450 horsepower, 500 horsepower. Then you fast forward to 2014. Now, well, even before 2014, you had the Mustang GT500, which that was in the 600 horsepower range. So then you come to 2014, now you're at 700 horsepower. So it's incredible on how really if you really step back and say to yourself, the Mustang drove the race, the Pony Wars, and it's hard to believe that the Plymouth variant really was the end result of the 1970 CUDA. Was it 1971, the WAR CUDA, a one-year run? I think like 1,400 of those were built. Where now Mopar, Dodge, Plymouth, they started bringing more on the Plymouth side because the CUDA was the more recognized, cool-looking vehicle over the Dodge Challenger. I never was really into Dodge Challenger body lines. Back in the day, my friend had a Dodge Challenger. I always felt my CUDA had the more cool, really sharp lines to it, and that was my flavor of my first Mopar product. Was a 1971 Plymouth CUDA, 340 pistol grip, 355 rear, rusted out trunk, blah 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 blah. That was a great car, with the exception of about dying from the fumes backfeeding into the car as that trunk pan got worse and worse. So you give really Plymouth the true beginnings of the really, I think, what pushed Mopar to what is today, as you know. I mean, if you look at what Dodge accomplished on this Dodge Charger, this Dodge Charger ran, it had a good, I had a 2005 Dodge Charger SRT. I had a 2006, I believe it was 2006 Jeep SRT. So for Dodge, they had a hell of a run through, I would say, 2005 to 2023 of the last year that the last generation Challenger and Charger that went for thinking. I mean, that's a pretty damn good run. I even think this thing could still even be running if they could kind of control the production numbers and if they even got a little more creative on the power. But what ruined the product at the end was the greed of making these things too expensive. It's unfortunate that Dodge totally Stellantis, Carlos, the guy, whatever the guy's name was, the last CEO of Stellantis, truly just abused the pandemic and the raise of inflation and prices that just put these things to ridiculous prices. Where I bought a brand new Dodge Hellcat Charger 2016, and I think it priced out like $70,000. Yet this car here in 2023, this was like a $73,000 Dodge product, non-Hellcat. Now keep in mind that the body flares and the wheel package and tires, some other amenities to it, definitely puts about a $3,000 to $4,000 more expensive car than the non-wide body. But still, you're at Hellcat levels. So it's just unfortunate, I think, at the end, that Dodge, really abused it in the Ram truck, the TRX. That thing went to $125,000. It's just incredible. It's very concerning to me where we are in the car industry, because I'm part of the problem of the car industry, where I just kept on buying expensive cars and just always thinking, yeah, it'll be okay, which it won't be okay, and it isn't okay. So here's an interesting conversation. Yesterday, I finally got the Ford Mustang got paid off, which that's great. The Ram truck got paid off. The Gold Rush Challenger got paid off. So those are great things. Now that the Ford Mustang's paid off, I had back-end monies that are due back to me for the extended warranty, the wheel and tire, the gap, blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's just... And so now I got to go through the process of getting those monies refunded back to me by filling out paperwork. And Kuhn's organization, bought out by the Asbury Automotive Group, that year that I bought that car, since it was still under the Kuhn's organization, I have to go to Ford Direct to get the monies back. Versus usually the dealership does all that paperwork for you and gets you out of the hassle to get your money back. So I called my good friend Steve at Kuhn's Baltimore Ford yesterday, and I said, hey, I need to get my refunds. And he said, well, since the Asbury Automotive Group took over that 1 year, you have to do it on your own. So he gave me the phone number to call, which I've done this before. This isn't really anything new. But I started talking to Steve. I said, man, I just got a deficiency notice for the black Ford Lightning truck. And it's a $47,000 deficiency notice. Now, you've heard me talk on this channel. I had that vehicle. I think I made about 16 or 18 payments on that vehicle. I'm just kind of going off my, trying to remember what I said and what I didn't say. Who knows? You may remember better than me. And so, this is crazy. I wonder who scratched that. Got a bit of a scratch. Or do I? I don't know. On my roof right here. So anyways, I was talking to Steve, and I said, it's really aggravating me that you buy a $100,000 vehicle, and the vehicle is worth basically $40,000. I said, how is that fair? I said, I don't understand how this can be, how Ford can want to chase me for a vehicle I bought where the value of these vehicles, these large vehicles, have just tanked. So he said, well, keep in mind, it isn't really Ford's fault. I'm like, okay. And of course, he's going to fight for his own dealership, fight for his own brand. I get that. So he said, it's a political. It was a political move that the manufacturers had to address. And as you know, the infrastructure of electric charging stations isn't there. The drive for people wanting the vehicles isn't there. So so unfortunately, you're right. The value of those vehicles is tanked. I said, I know, but Ford's the guys that sold them. And now for me as a consumer, I have paid dearly for the mistake of the political and the Ford partnership. That they went with the partnership of the political movement, and they sold very expensive vehicles, which I bought. Now I'm paying dearly on deficiencies on these cars. It's ridiculous. But for his position as well, it is what it is. It's the market. He's like, you do have a court system. You do have judgments. You do have law to go. Oh, yeah, right. If I want to go hire a lawyer and want to go argue about this, but you're going to have a hell of a challenge convincing a judge that's going to be like, how many cars does this guy own? A good defense lawyer is going to go, look at this guy. This guy abused the whole policies and blah, 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 blah. So wow, right? I mean, wow, it's so bad about how, yes, exactly, the political powers to be created the havoc of the car industry. Because we're paying through the ass for cars because of political agendas. And it's not over. Now Donald Trump's in the political agendas of the tariffs of the world. So everything that we own, or you should say, no, not everything you own, but anything you want to buy is expensive as hell. But yet, whatever you own isn't worth much. And that's what Steve said. He said, well, there's two sides of the coin there. For you, the guy paid the premium price of their car, but for the next guy that gets your truck, he got it for half. So in that scenario, that guy feels like the electric vehicle movement is a pretty cool thing. Because he's right. The next guy gets my truck is going to probably pay like 50 grand, 55 maybe. I can't believe that truck, that black truck, somebody paid like 44 grand for it. And that thing had nothing but electrical battery problems. And it doesn't show up in anything. So whoever buys that truck is screwed. They're screwed. They're going to have never-ending battery problems with that truck. And you know as well as I do, the dealership will get 50 grand for that truck. Some sucker like me will show up. Yeah, some sucker like me will show up and go, wow, I just bought this brand new, barely used F-150 Lightning truck. Lariat edition with $100,000. I just got it for 50 grand, and the guy would be like, "Wow, man, I'm so lucky." I can only wish I could follow that truck to see where that thing goes, and it ends up sitting at dealerships. And once you buy a used vehicle, there's no lemon law. Just so you know, once you buy a used vehicle, there's no lemon law protection. Good luck. I had a hell of a time just trying to get lemon law on the thing buying it new. Which I already told you that story, but that doesn't work. Here's the dogs. I got a late start as always because I stay up and watch damn Animal Kingdom all day long. But now, what's crazy here is Elon Musk. What the hell now, Elon Musk? Is it shit? I mean, come on, everybody. Can you make a documentary? Can you make a movie? I mean, what this guy's doing now? He's created the American Party. because he's pissed off at Donald Trump that he didn't get his ways of keeping the green agenda. And that's all it's about. All Elon Musk wants to do, he wants to create his own American party, which everybody knows he'll never get the election. He'll just end up, one side will lose, one side will win, because he'll pull a lot of people away. And that's how the independents have worked for many years. Elon Musk will doubtful he'll ever get the support to have somebody that runs under the American Party be president. I mean, I guess it's always possible, but you just know it's all about him getting control so he can get all this green agenda crap back and he can get monies from the government again. I mean, it's just, you can't make this stuff up, everybody. About when Elon Musk got into the government, and really deep down, his goal was to position himself to power himself through the government powers to enrich himself more. A lot of people are like, but I'm not going to get all of that. I don't really have much more time. I got a late start as usual. It's summer months, enjoying the summertime. So just thought I'd throw some general conversation out there and kind of leave it at that. And the motorcycle riding thing with a camera, yeah, I mean, I get it. It just doesn't really bring much viewership. I mean, if you look at my videos on my channel and you look at the views of these videos I make of all the scenery and me riding and everything, it just doesn't really blow anything up. And one person said it really well. It's like, you'll never ever compete on these other people that have these videos of motorcycle riding. You'll never get to that level the way what you're doing. And it's so competitive. There's every their brother out there makes a motorcycle video of them doing something radical, or there's other ones that are people out there, adventure people that probably give really good videos of where they ride and blah blah blah. But anyway, it's all good. Whatever. I have my fun. Got a lot of video out there, so we'll just kind of leave it at that. But I gotta go. So I'm done talking, done babbling along. Come on, pups, gotta get upstairs. And Brian's gonna be here in a minute. Hope he's gonna be here. He wasn't in yesterday. But he always texts me if something's going on. So I get all that. So that's it, everybody. Hope everybody has a blessed Monday, and hearts and prayers for the families. Come on, let's get up here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. There's hearts and prayers for the families. Get up there. Come on. That are in Texas. I mean, just heartbreaking. Not even go down that road. So anyways, God bless. Have a great day.